Oh, hey, what's good? I didn't quite see you there, but it's your boy, Mikey the Barber. Welcome back to the vlogs. Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Alright, for any of you guys who know me, you know how much I love food. I can't get enough of it. I love it. I love to eat it. I love good food. I love the smell of it. I love the taste of it. So I thought to myself, why don't I show you guys how I cook my food? And if you couldn't already tell by the title, today I'm going to be preparing something nice and savory and delicious. And you know what it is? I'm going to be preparing some steak. I just bought some nice fat ribeye. It's gonna be nice and fatty and just full of flavor, nice and tender. I'm gonna show you the preps I make, the steps I take, and how I cook my steak. Bars. So part one, the preps I make. You're gonna need a few items to make the steak the way that I make it, the Mikeythebaba special. First off, I like to start off with a seasoned cast iron skillet. That's always good to have. Not necessary, but definitely make a world of difference. Along with that, you need your olive oil, a little EVOO, as I like to call it, some butter to make the flavors really come out, some garlic, salt and pepper, and of course, the steak. Nice, about a 1.5 inch cut ribeye steak. Grade A, top choice beef.
That's grade A, top choice meat.
So part two, I'm gonna take you through the steps I take to prepare the steak. So the first things first, you wanna go ahead and grab your cast iron skillet, and we're gonna go ahead and heat it up. So first off, you wanna get this in as high heat as possible. High flames. We're going to go ahead and heat up that skillet for about 10 minutes. The goal of this is basically to heat up the skillet as evenly as possible so we could throw our steaks on there and get a nice sear. So while the skillet's heating up, we're going to go ahead and prepare the steak. So what I did was I left it out for about 45 minutes before I started cooking, just because you want it to get it to a nice room temperature. Because if you cook cold steak, the outside will be overcooked, and so you don't want that. So you want to make sure that you have your steak at a room temperature, and then we're gonna go ahead and season it. And since we have ribeye, which is a pretty good cut of meat, you don't really need that much seasoning. All we're gonna use is salt and pepper. Really, the steak, it holds a lot of flavor. It has a lot of flavor, and all this fat right here, that's where all the flavor comes from. So what we're going to do is we're going to coat this with some salt and pepper and get it ready to throw on the skillet. Alright, so the important thing to know here is don't spill the salt. No, I'm just kidding. But the important thing to know is don't be shy with the salt. You're most likely going to need more than what you actually use. So what we're going to do is going to get a nice layer of salt here. Rub it in. And you just want to coat it both sides. And just salt it. Rub it in, get that salt in there. Don't be shy. I mean, as long as you're not like using like a pound of salt, you're gonna be just fine. Now, you want to throw some pepper. Get a nice coarse grind, just so you get that nice spice, that nice heat when you take a bite into it. So get a nice coarse grind, coat it evenly, both sides. And that's all you need as far as seasoning. I know some people, they like to grab salt and do a little salt bay. Nice even sprinkles, nice coarse grinds, and don't be shy. Part 3, how we cook the steak. So we've had the skillet heating up here for about 10 minutes. So now it's time to add our oil. We're gonna add a few tablespoons of EVOO. And that's what you want to see. You want to see all that smoke coming up. Get a nice even coat all around. Smoke is good. That means the skillet's nice and hot. And we're gonna go ahead and add our steak. The most important thing about this is that you place it in the skillet away from you, because you don't want it popping all up on you, because it is a hot skillet and it is a room temperature meat, so the temperature difference is going to cause a little reaction. So let's go ahead and drop it in. So we're going to go ahead and sear the steak about a minute on each side, and then we're going to continue flipping it every 30 seconds to a minute so that we get a nice even cook all the way through. But right now we're just searing it on the outside so that we lock in all the juices, because you don't want to lose any of that, all that flavor. So what we're doing is just making a nice crust around the outer layer to prevent the juices from running out. So after a minute, we're gonna go ahead and flip this and we'll see what we got. All right, so while our steak is getting a nice sear, we're gonna go ahead and get some garlic ready. If I could get it ready. Well, there goes half the garlic on the floor. But all we really need is like 3 pieces. So you don't have to mince them or anything. You just want to get them open. Actually, I'm gonna show you a little tool that I have, which is pretty gnarly. You ever get asked to peel garlic and you just hate it, trying to find the edge and peel it off? Well, I got the thing for you. This little invention I came up with, check this out. Look at that. You just throw the clove, skins and all, inside this little tube. It's a silicone tube. Give it a little roll, and the skin peels right off. So right now I'm just gonna use 3 cloves of garlic. They don't have to be chopped up. You just wanna release all that garlicky goodness, so just give it a little smash, and we're gonna go ahead and add that to the oil in a bit. So after stirring it for after a minute, we're gonna go ahead and flip it over and sear the other side. That right there, it's a nice color. So you wanna go ahead and sear the other side. Now is a good time to add a little bit of butter. Some garlic. Now you want to stream some butter over it. Get that nice buttery goodness all over the steak. Now let's go ahead and flip it. So after you get done burning the house, you want to pull the steak off your skillet. Look at that, a nice caramelization. You want to go ahead and let this rest, because you want the juices to redistribute through the meat, because once you cut it, you don't want those juices to escape. So we're gonna let this rest for about 7 to 10 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and cut it. I'm looking for medium rare, and that's what it feels like we're gonna be getting. So I'm excited to dig in. So the steak's been resting now for about 10 minutes. We let the juices evenly distribute throughout the meat. Now we're gonna go ahead and cut it. And it looks like we got our medium rare. So let's go ahead and cut it and take a look at what we got. See, that's how you cook a medium rare. Nice crust on the outside, nice and raw on the inside, no blood, which is what we like. So after I cut it, I went ahead and plated it. So this is how it came out. As you can see, look how perfect that steak is. Steak a la mode, Mikey the Barber style. This is how I like it. Taste test. That's really good steak. So I'm gonna go ahead and chow down while you guys drool over this. And thank you for watching this episode #1, Cooking with Mikey the Barber. I'll catch you on the next one. See you guys later.